Oh, there we go. The lovely Nia, everybody.
Woo-woo.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Woo.
Aww.
Happy birthday, dear Nia. Happy birthday to you. Ah, yeah. Sorry.
That was beautiful.
Oh, it was. In its own sad way. How'd you like your cupcake?
I loved it.
There you go.
You made me a cupcake, my favorite kind of cupcake too, which is very sweet. You're
Tasted all right. Put a little candle.
Delicious.
Put a little candle
Put
right
a
in
little
it.
candle in it.
Sang you happy
very
birthday.
Adorable. That was very nice. Thank you.
And you didn't mush it in my face.
I didn't.
All right. Well, happy birthday.
There's a whole bunch more that you made, so you know.
Well, that's the thing. All my recipes.
Stay on your P's and Q's, sweetheart.
Well, the thing is all my recipes come from my mother. Mm-hmm. So they all serve like 10 people. So
right. Well, and most cupcake recipes are going to be for like
they made
more than
30.
One. Yeah.
I stopped after I went 2 rounds through it. What did I make? What is it? What was it? Was there 6 in a tray or 8 in a tray?
Yeah,
there's like 18 or 20 of them out there.
Yeah. Well, nobody makes one cupcake. So, yeah, any kind of recipe is going to be
why don't you just make like 6? 6 is perfect. They never think about they never think about the lonely people when they make a cookbook.
Well, the thing is, you could put enough batter in for 6 and cook the 6 and then freeze the rest of your batter and just have it for the next time you want to make cupcakes. So it's not like it's a complete waste. But
all right.
Who's going to give you the exact measurements for like 1 or 2 cupcakes? That's silly.
Well, you know
Baking
what?
doesn't work like that.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea for a cookbook.
What?
For
cupcakes for 1.
No, the loner cookbook.
The loner.
Or like just single.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, sitting there trying to do the math. You know, it serves 8. It's just like I'm 22. I'm trying to make spaghetti over here. Why don't they just make
But that's why you have But the thing is, that's why it's good to have leftovers. You freeze the shit and you have it for later.
Well, it's not bad now because you can go on the internet. Like today, I'm sitting there looking at that fucking cane sugar, and they're asking me, on the bag it says 2 pounds of cane sugar, and they wanted a certain amount of ounces, and I'm sitting there, and all I have is like a quarter cup. So I was like, how many cups are in a pound? And they're like, well, cups is more of a size.
Yeah.
Not a size. What is the word? Like a. They couldn't figure, like, it's not a weight. Mm-hmm. A cup is not a weight. It's more like a fucking handful, kind of looking at it like that. So what I actually did was I took out one of your little sports fucking things that you drink out of that has ounces on the side.
Yeah,
so,
they put the protein shakes in.
Yes.
Oh, that works.
Yeah. Well, that's why the thing was a disaster once I got out there.
It looked like a bakery exploded in there. There's
Yeah.
flour everywhere.
Yep.
Mix this caked on the countertops and on the floor and
Yep.
dried little white puddles.
That's right.
You're like a little kid. Whenever you go in to make something, you make the biggest fucking mess I have ever seen. The kitchen is a disaster area.
That's why I like it.
You've got stains all over your apron. You know, you're sweating a little bit. You're hairy. You're slipping around in your socks in the kitchen, sliding around in flour. You're all stressed out. You're all red in the face.
I wasn't stressed out.
You weren't stressed out this time, but other times you've made stuff. It's been funny.
That's when
I've learned to stay away.
Well, here's the thing.
The kitchen.
No. Here's the thing. That was the younger me who flipped out all the time. No, I didn't flip out a year ago. Just quit going for the joke. Come on, I'm getting better. Yeah, and also back in the day, I didn't have an apron. You gotta have an apron.
You gotta have an apron.
The apron. Your fans are all messy. You just right on the front of them, and you just keep marching forward. You leave the casualties behind you. It's fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. It was delicious, though. I really appreciate it, and your gifts were amazing.
Of course they were.
You killed it this birthday, honey.
Of course I did. And you know what? You know how I killed it? Because you always figure out what I'm going to get you. Is I just played like I was a moron.
I really hate that. Though, can I just say, you drove me crazy with that yesterday. You were driving me nuts.
You were actually mad at me. That was the funny
I was trying not to be, but you were really pushing my buttons. You were trying to make me mad. See, that's the thing. You were toying with me. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I emailed you something like a month ago just saying, hey, if you're wondering what to get me for my birthday, because I know you're busy, I know you're on the road, and all this other stuff.
Oh, look at you acting
like
you're considerate. Like you're considerate.
I am. I'm telling you what I want. Also, it's like I'm not like a little kid. You know what I mean? I gotta tell you exactly what I want to like lead you in the right direction.
What, a little kid say what they don't want?
Well, I mean, there's a little kid has a birthday. You're like, hey, I have a toy. Get out of here. Beat it. But when you're older...
Is that what happens?
You have, like, specific things that, maybe you'd like to get, so you let people know. My parents ask me all the time, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for your birthday? Because nobody has time to sit around and, like, figure out what do you want. So,
Isn't that what I did this year?
But that's what you did, because you took what I wanted, and then you kind of riffed on it, and you got a bunch of stuff to surround. No, it was wonderful. But my point is, you made me crazy.
I don't like how you still took credit. You took what I said and then you riffed on it. No, I didn't. I actually listened to you this year. And from months ago, and I figured out what the fuck you wanted. And then you did your usual thing because you are an organizing. You're an organized person. Literally to the point that you're organizing my shopping for what I get you. Now, one of the great things about giving somebody a gift is the surprise.
It's not a surprise when you take me out to brunch and you're like, all right, I got to get you home because I got to go shopping for your birthday. Like, how's that supposed to make me feel? I'm sitting there like, okay.
This is why I did that. Because you emailed me something and I knew you wanted this shit.
Yes.
Okay? Now, if I just went out and got it for you, I mean, why don't I just fucking, when the mailman comes, he hands it to me, and then I throw it at you when you're sitting there. It takes no fucking imagination whatsoever, right? So, I knew you wanted it. I knew I was going to get it for you, but I'm like, how the fuck is it still a surprise that she gets it? So what I did was I acted like I wasn't, and I already knew the other things that I was gonna get. I knew where the hell they were. I waited to the last second to get it, so you thought I was like an unthoughtful jackass, and it worked like a fucking charm.
Why would you make yourself seem like a last minute jackass like that? Like just to torture me?
And I'm telling you what,
to torture me, because you can't just give me the gift and be like, here you go, honey. You have to have some other little thing where you throw me off my game. You get me all in a tizzy, and then it's like, oh wait, he actually did the perfect thing. Why do you play those games? That's exactly the type of things that you accuse women of doing, and you do it to me all the time.
This is why. Because when I don't do that, you guess exactly what I'm going to get you, and it's fucking annoying. It's fucking, and I wrap something, you already know what's in it. You make me feel like an idiot.
Why do you feel like an idiot just because I guess what it is?
You don't guess. You peek. You look. That time when I went Christmas shopping, oh my God.
Are we really going to have this conversation?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
I told you that I did not see what you brought.
This is when you know you're going to bring up a good point with your woman and she immediately starts trying to talk over you. I do the same thing.
Yes, you do.
So I'm pulling up in the car. You knew I was going Christmas shopping for you. I'm getting out of the car. I open the hatchback to our sweet, innocent little hybrid, right? I take the bag out that has the name of the fucking store on it, and I glance.
I honestly didn't see.
And I glance over at the house, and you're standing there like a specter, looking out the window.
I had been waving
my fucking heart. My heart like jolted when I looked up. You had a creepy look on your face. You were doing something sneaky.
Up and I was like waving at you.
No, you weren't.
And then you didn't see me.
Can I show you? Can I show you what you were doing?
You have. All right, fine. You can show me. I've seen you do this before.
This is what you were doing. I looked when I'm looking at the house, and I look up, and you were like this.
Nobody can see, but
so what?
You're sitting there looking like some weird, like stalker.
That's what you were doing.
No, I didn't.
That's what you were doing. You're a spoiled brat, and you wanted to see what was in the thing.
I'm not a spoiled brat. Don't say that.
All right, you're spoiled.
If I'm spoiled, it's because you spoil me.
Oh, God, blaming the victim once again.
The victim?
No, here's the deal.
You're such a victim.
No, that's why I did it. I like to try to surprise you. If I'm going to spend all my fucking money on some goddamn thing here, I want you to.
Oh, you're so tacky.
I want to see.
So tacky to throw how much money it costs for you to get your birthday present in my face. You didn't have to say how much it costs. Just by saying, if I'm going to.
Am I really going to lose this? Am I going to lose this one?
It's my birthday, so yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, let's go.
No,
let's get back to the podcast over here.
Yeah, because it's like a sport for you to figure out what the fuck I got you. It's annoying. I never tried.
It's a sport for you to always throw me off my game.
You know what's a sport for me? Teaching you how to use a microphone. Just talk into it.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
You couldn't hear me before?
Well, I hear you, and then you're over here.
No.
You only go over here when you're imitating somebody else. That's what you do.
Or when you go, lady.
Yeah.
Like that.
There you go. That's all it is. That's the mic technique.
There you go.
Oh, look at this. I'm out in my office. My wife is still telling me to do shit through text message. All right. Will you take out the trash in the kitchen? It just occurred to me that the cauliflower is going to stink up the joint. All right. Is that what just occurred to you? All right. I'm going to get into a fight. Here we go. Here's my response. Hey, Nia, it just occurred to me that you have 2 legs and 2 arms. Throw it out yourself. You know? When did I become fucking Gary Garbage? Oh, why did I end on that? I had you, and then Gary Garbage. I fucking tanked. You know what? This is great. I can erase that message. Let's do take 2. All right. Hey, sweetheart. You know what I just realized? You know what just occurred to me is that you have 2 legs and 2 arms and a brain that can tell you to go use them, to go down there and throw that stinky-ass cauliflower in the fucking trash. I love you. That was a better one. See how it sounds. All right. Hey, sweetheart. You know what I just realized? This is my fucking entertainment. You know what's funny is it did smell like shit. Gary Garbage. I got to get back on a comedy stage. I am literally regressing. This is like you play guitar and you just stop playing. Then all of a sudden you're going to go back to playing some big gig and you're up there going, bup, 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 bup. That was supposed to be a guitar. Me playing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. The fucking cauliflower smelled like shit, right? I was roasting up some vegetables. And, you know, my sense of smell has been gone for years. I don't know what happened. I breathed in too many chemicals when I was younger, working in a dental office. Somewhere along then, I just lost my sense of smell. But that shit, so I walked in the living room. I was like, honey, does this smell bad? She goes, oh my God, it's terrible, right? So I went to throw it in the trash. It was in a little plastic container. I was like, oh, wait a minute, it's going to stink up the fucking kitchen. So what I did was I took out the tape gun and I fucking went once around it to lock it down. So, yeah, you know what? I'm going to fucking send her another voice message. Wait a second. Yeah, not to mention your dumb husband before he threw it into the garbage. I did the tape gun on it so it wouldn't stink. All right? So there's that. So take it. You know? See, I'm off my game. No, that was like that was. You know what I need to do? In all fairness, I need to let my wife know that those voice texts were on the podcast, and then she'll respond, and hopefully in time, where I can play it for you guys, because I don't have anything to talk about. Because why don't I know my password on my fucking phone? All right, Nia, I got to be above board. Both of those text messages I did while doing my podcast, so you know the listeners root for you over me. I want to hear your response. All right, we're at the end of the podcast here, people. I can't set something up and not have it follow through. Desperate times, desperate measures. Here we go. Come on, I'm calling her. I feel like I'm on a morning zoo show right now. We're gonna call her at work and see what happens. That's 2 rings.
Yeah.
Did you get my last text?
I did. Text or
The voicemail. That voicemail. I read both of those on the podcast, and the listeners who evidently like you more than me want to hear your response.
Okay.
All right? Think of a good one, sweetie, because I'm ending the podcast on it.
All right.
All right? No pressure. We either end with a laugh or you get blamed.
Where's the context that you put it in now?
What?
What did you say on the podcast before you revealed, and before you did those messages?
Oh, I just read your text message. I said, oh, look at this text message. I go, I'm not even in the house. She's still telling me what the fuck to do.
All right. You know what? I got something for you. Goodbye.
Oh, this should be a good one. This should be a good one. What the fuck did she say to me? I had my son's sun hat on today. I just put it on my head because I knew it would be funny. But I had a bunch of other shit in my hand. And she goes, you look like What'd she say? She said I looked like an egg with something on top. It was fucking really mean. But this is my belief. I don't give a fuck how mean it is. If it's funny, then you got to laugh at it. That's what I wanted to do. And then I was going to have an ice cream sandwich before I go to bed. There it is. There it is. Oh, God. 40 seconds, people. Okay, here we go. Press and play.
First of all, you were the one that put the cauliflower in the trash can, knowing goddamn well it was all funky. And tomorrow's trash day, so it's just like, you should have put it in the trash can, one of the barrels to begin with, and I wouldn't have to say anything to you. And I would also like to point out that I had a baby on me all day, and my body is still in recovery from...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Remember that? Remember how I gave you 2 children? How I sacrificed my body twice for you in this family? Yeah, you can take out the fucking trash.
Okay, there's no fucking way we're ending on that. Sacrificed your body? Sacrificed your body collectively for 18 months. What are you going to do to my wallet for the next fucking 44 years combined? I will not be sending that. Okay. You know, people, every once in a while, you know, if you're a smart married guy, you got to let him win. She didn't even come with humor. Jesus Christ. I think she just tried to fucking me to me. All right, I'm going to leave. This. Well, you just took all the fun out of it. There we go. Okay, that was stupid. I was away from her. I was in the fucking garage. This is supposed to be my safe space, and what did I do? I fucked the whole thing up. I should have just taken the gun. Fucking unbelievable. She completely ignored that. I put a tape gun worth of tape around the fucking thing. It was in the fridge. You couldn't even smell it. Fucking thing, smelling the goddamn... Look at me. Now I'm talking to myself. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. But, you got to love them. How's your wife doing? Is she doing okay? That's what they do. Yeah, check in with... Yeah. I'm good, too, everybody. Don't fucking worry about me. I'll just take out the stinky fucking cauliflower and work myself to an early grave. Oh, Jesus. Is she fucking sending something else to me? Audio message. Oh, here we go. Audio message. What does it say? Audio message. Here we go.
You know I'm right, though.
Okay. Now, I should be old enough not to engage, but I'm going to. Hey, dum-dum, I told you I fucking took out a tape gun. I actually put it in the trash at first open, and I was like, wait, it's going to stink up the kitchen. So I took out the tape gun and went around the thing. It's sealed. All right? Relax. But I'll go in there. I'll fucking throw it out. All right? You just fucking sit there and rest up. Okay? Watching you're watching those fucking whores selling those houses. Oh. There we go. All right, that'll do it. We'll leave it at that. It's fucking goddamn fucking bullshit, It's fucking unbelievable. I mean, when the fuck do they ever give it up? I love that whole thing. I sacrificed my body. No, you had unprotected sex is what you did, and then nature took over. Stop acting like you're doing something. You're just laying there letting it happen. Whew. Thank God I didn't send that on a voice text. All right. Speaking of physical harm, the lovely Nia, last night she like bent down to get something out of her bag, and there's this little fucking ledge above it that she can stick like a couple of glasses and a bottle of water. And she was underneath it, bent down, came up full speed, and the corner of it hit the fucking top of... She hit the top of her head right on the corner of it, like brutally hard. And I got to tell you, I feel bad that she's not part of this fucking little story here. See if I'll bring her in, because I failed miserably as a human being. Nia, do you want to be in on this story of you hitting your head?
Okay.
Okay. I'm setting it up now. So anyway, she fucking hits her head. Like fucking bam. All right? Sounded like somebody dropped a suitcase on the floor. And then I swear to God, she hit her head. She goes, ah! And she grabbed her head. And then I swear to God, she just started crying. Like a goddamn toddler. And I have to be honest with you, I didn't know what the fuck to do. I just got to the point, Nia, where you hit your head and you started crying like a toddler. And
why is it gotta be like a toddler?
because that's what it reminded me of. It's like when a little kid, like if an adult hits their, stubs their toe, hits their foot, it's goddamn motherfucker, and then you blame your whole family. Get out of the living room. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You started crying.
I did. It was really painful.
Like bawling.
Yeah.
And
I was kind of surprised at myself.
On
honestly.
a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best.
5.
How would you? No. How would you rate my reaction to it?
Oh, 0.
I went in and I got you some tissues.
This is what Bill did.
I didn't know what to do. It
I
freaked
hit
me
my
out.
head.
Boom.
I was shocked at it first because it really did feel like someone had just come up and just walloped me on the noggin. So I was shocked. Then the pain started kicking in. And like it was really like it was like that little it was that corner of that ledge. Yeah. And it went right into my scalp. And I didn't know if I was bleeding or what. And I think normally I'd be like most people, but it just I don't know what happened. Just the floodgates opened and it felt better to cry than to pretend like it was just like like a nuisance, like it really, really hurt. So Bill's like, oh no. Are you okay? So we're good so far.
What else was I supposed to do?
So we're good so far with that.
Okay.
And so I'm just sitting there crying, and he goes, oh. And he runs into the bathroom. He doesn't even give me a tissue, like a proper
I couldn't find any.
He gets me toilet paper, okay? If there is a choice between tissue paper and toilet paper to comfort someone, please find the Kleenex.
Okay.
It's softer. It's just, it's a little thing, but it makes a big difference.
It's a cut above.
So then he starts wiping my face with the toilet paper. And he's rubbing it on my face.
No.
And he's wiping my chin. He's doing like this U shape from my eye to the other eye, using my chin as like the go between. So he's like,
it wasn't that bad.
Rubbing this fucking 1-ply toilet paper back and forth across my chin, and he's going big tears.
They were huge.
And it's like,
I never seen anybody cry tears.
What is that supposed to mean? Was it big tears? Big tears. It wasn't like, oh baby, It was he was just scraping my face.
I gotta be honest with you.
This toilet paper, going big tears.
I gotta be honest with you. It freaked me out.
It was the worst moment of comforting you've ever offered in your life.
Yeah,
you were at a complete loss for what to do.
Because it was like you stopped being like a woman and you became like this 2-year-old. And it was just like, boom, and you're just like, I was just like, I didn't know what to do. If we were at home, I would have got you a popsicle or something.
Oh, and then you said, do you want some water? I'm like, what the fuck does water have to do with anything now?
That's what my parents always did. If you hurt yourself and you cried, they went and they got you water right out of the tap. And then you sat down, and then your face was all dried and salty, and they said, all right, go back outside again. That's it. I spent most of my childhood outside. That's what parents did. All right, get outside. All right, you kids, you're driving me nuts. Get outside. And you just sent them outside.
That's what you wanted to do with me in that moment. You wanted to send me away so you wouldn't have to deal with it anymore.
I just wanted you to stop fucking crying. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just like to see another adult. Nia, can you imagine if I ever hit my fucking head and started crying the way you did? I mean,
What would you know? What would be coming out of your mouth?
I don't know. I'd be like, come here, baby, and I'd hold you to my chest or whatever,
Nia,
and I'd rub your back.
You're full of shit. If I fucking hit my head and started crying like a little girl...
Was it really that, like...
It was like a little... I'm fucking stammering here.
You stammering jackass?
Yeah, I've known you for 12 years. I've never seen you... I've seen you, like...
You see me cry before.
A couple times in the kitchen, you fucking... You cut yourself with a knife, and even then you didn't cry as much. That was like... You know, you had a balloon and the thing went off your wrist and floated up in the air. There was just no comforting you. It was... I'll admit. Not only did I drop the ball in that moment, it's been 24 hours and I still don't have a better approach. It was so fucking bizarre. Don't ever do that again, Nia. All right?
What are you talking... The thing is, the really sort of horrible thing about it, the biggest injustice of it all, the fact that you weren't able to comfort me, is that I was trying to plug in your fucking computer.
Isn't that amazing? Isn't it amazing? I knew somehow it would come back to me and it'd be my fault that your dumbass ducked underneath a ledge and then lifted your head up. Ric Flair wouldn't have done it that hard to sell a fucking move.
I didn't realize it was there. I was plugging in your computer and you had the audacity to be the worst comforting person in that moment ever. Scratching my face with that one-ply toilet paper while saying, big tears, which is like, what does that even mean?
It's like I was out in the outfield in Little League again. No batter. Big tears.
He just kept saying,
swing batter.
He just kept saying big tears over and over again. What did that mean? You were just commenting on it.
I didn't know what to do. I mean, you were crying at a fucking level like... I mean, I've been at funerals and seen people cry less than what the fuck you were doing. I didn't know what to do, okay? I'm sorry. You caught me off guard. Well, tell me, what am I supposed to say? Just give me a fucking blueprint.
You're just supposed to, like, you know, take me into your arms and, like, hold me and, like, you know, rub my back or something.
That sounds like a commercial for one of those love songs like Time Life Presents. Mm-hmm. It doesn't seem like a real thing that people do to each other.
Well, I'm telling you that's what I would like. You asked me, so I'm telling you what I would like.
I'd like your sunglasses to not be so big. How about that?
I'm channeling Jackie O on this trip.
Jackie O, Jesus.
Okay.
If you ever hit your head again and start crying like a 2-year-old...
Just give me Kleenex, okay? That's all I ask. Don't give me toilet paper.
Deal. I don't have to say anything?
What do you mean you don't have to say anything? You have to comfort me, jerk.
Give me 3 things to say.
Are you okay? Come here. It's going to be all right.
You cried way longer than that.
Yeah. And you just have to, like, comfort me.
Keep saying that? Are
no.
you going to be okay? Come here. It's going to be all right.
How disconnected are you from human emotion that I have to teach you how to comfort somebody?
Okay. Let's actually bring some sort of comedy to this.
Okay.
You got really mad at me last night.
Yes.
Before we went to bed. I'm not going to say who I was looking at either, all right?
Yeah,
out of protection. This is what happened to me. Nia's fucking on her side, trying to go to sleep, and I got the laptop, and I start doing the IMDb thing, and I'm looking, and I'm looking, and I'm looking. Yeah, she doesn't believe this. So I find some starlet, right? And it says that, you know, she did a spread in Playboy. So I'm like, oh, really? Wow, I want to see her naked. So I go to click on images. I swear to God, I'm on Google Images, and the second I clicked on one of the naked pictures, this other window came up with somebody talking, who I don't remember what they were saying, but you immediately assumed that I was watching porn, because when you click on a porn, that window that opens up behind the window.
Those webcams, those girls on the webcams, they pop up and they're like, hey, daddy.
No, they don't. They usually pop up and they go, yeah, fucking. You try to sit and they go, what is it? First time you hear it, you're like, where's that voice coming from? Has somebody hacked into my computer and they're mocking the porn that I'm watching? And then you do it and it's just, there's some fucking housewife sitting there with a pickle. A couple of kids running around the background. It's a tough economy.
God.
So she immediately assumed that I was watching porno, and I was like, I wasn't. And I literally backtracked through the fucking thing. I backtraced it, and I showed you what I was watching.
And I called you a fucking scumbag.
Fucking scumbag, piece of shit. And then here it is. It's like, you're watching porn too if you know that happens.
Well, so?
Well, all right then.
But I'm not watching it fucking lying next to you in bed, you dirtbag. Which you were. And
well,
you
if I
were going to look at naked ladies on a computer next to me in bed, ladies, while lying in bed. So whether you're watching porn or not, I still stand by those harsh words.
Playboy.
I threw at you.
It's artistic.
Oh, please.
They don't show the clam there. They just show a nice little,
Yeah, and I heard that
nice
pop
little
up
muff.
and that breathy little, oh my God, this and that, and I knew what you were doing, and I fucking screamed at you.
Do you honestly
deserved
think?
It. You fucking deserved
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Lie next to me and be looking at porno while in bed with your future wife, you fucking scumbag. I don't take any of it back.
Wait a minute.
You're a dirtbag, and you deserve to be yelled at.
Do you honestly think?
In life and on the podcast.
You know what's funny is we got such a great mattress here that I think I could actually rub one out without you noticing.
That's nice.
That's what they
That's
should do.
nice.
That's what they should do in that
real
commercial.
nice.
You know that commercial where they have the wine on one side and the guy's jumping up and down? They should have some guy with his hand inside his
I'm sure
fucking
someone's done
jams, fucking
parody
jerking
of
like
it
this
already.
and looking at the camera, giving the thumbs up.
Yes, well.
You just see the bedspread, fucking.
Yeah, we get it. So yeah, you.
So that's what you think I was doing?
That is what you were doing. Maybe you weren't looking at actual pornography videos.
It wasn't pornography. It was a nude.
It was naked pictures of another fucking woman. You got caught, and I screamed at you, and you fucking deserved it. All right?
You called me a lot of harsh words.
Well, you deserved it. To do it while you're lying in bed next to me? What kind of man are you?
Gee, take on to that level? That might be the quote of the podcast.
Oh, I just wanted to look at this naked girl, and what happens?
I was tempted.
You got found out.
I was on IMDb in this temptress
please.
with her photos.
IMDb, and what IMDb had a link to her fucking naked videos, and there's some other fucking pop-ups that come up. You were caught. And
Here's a move for you guys.
And you're trying to make it funny.
For all the guys listening right now, here's the move in this moment.
Yeah.
Hey, if I want to look at a naked broad on my goddamn computer, all right, I'm going to do it.
You absolutely can. But
Well,
to do
all right
it while
then.
you're sharing our fucking would-be marital bed, I'm not going to stand for that. I'm going to call you names. I'm going to shame you. And that's how it is.
It's impossible to shame me after my childhood.
You're shamed. That's why we're talking about it right now.
No, I'm not. I was trying to bring up something fucking funny. Sacrificing me. Don't give me that
Anyway,
fucking look. Give me a
So
break.
that's how it is.
Yes, I looked at a fucking naked actress. All right?
Uh-huh.
There you go. And I enjoyed it, and I'll do it again.
No, you didn't, because I screamed at you, and it
Oh, that
took
part
all
I
the
didn't
joy
enjoy.
away from you.
There was a lot of shame. No, I was so, you know what it was? I wasn't prepared, and then that lady's voice, yeah, fucking, yeah. And then you fucking rolled over, and you were just fucking in my grill. Mm-hmm. And I was sitting there just stuttering, trying to shut it off. I couldn't find the mute button. It's unreal.
Yeah, well, you don't do that. That's rude.
I didn't set out to do it. It's the internet. Eventually, you're going to end up at a fucking naked
set
picture.
Out to do it. You lied here with the specific intent of looking at a woman naked
No, I didn't.
on the internet. Yes, you did.
No,
you
I
said,
didn't.
"Oh, I want to see those pictures," and you clicked on it.
No, that's not what I did.
And what you didn't expect.
You start in the middle of the story.
What you didn't expect
Ah,
was there to be a
give me a fucking
pop-up
break.
to appeal to the kind of perverts over
Go
there
out,
that
I
you
earn
are,
money,
and
I
to
come
rat
home,
you
I
out.
buy stuff, I put food
That's
in the
what
fridge.
happened.
I can't look at one fucking broad. Let me tell you
You
something.
absolutely can look at you
Yeah,
go on the
I
road.
swear to God,
you can
I'm
look
gonna
at
take
as
one of
many
these
naked
pillows
women
and I'm
as
gonna
you
put
want.
it over your face
But to
until
lie
you
next
shut
to
it.
me in bed and be looking at some naked women and get found out like that, yeah, you're gonna get called on it. What do you expect? I'm gonna snuggle up to naked. Ooh, let's look at it together. Fuck you.
Oh, that might have been one of the greatest fuck yous I've ever had. Fuck you. Oh, that was beautiful. That was a thing. You guys got to admit, when it comes to fucking just laying somebody out in lavender. All right, Nia, I have to tell you this.
What?
I didn't open my computer and be like, I'm going to look at this naked girl while you're laying next to me. I went on IMDb, and I'm such a weak, pathetic person that within 3 seconds, I ended up on that. But that's not, I'm like one of those guys who's fucking did the crime. This is second degree. This isn't premeditated. I didn't fucking walk in there like, I'm going to look at this girl, okay? I walked in, okay? I saw the gumballs sitting there. Stomach was growling. I said, fuck it, I'm grabbing him, and I got caught. So, yes, I did rob the fucking store, but I wasn't sitting at home going, you know what I'm going to do today? All right? I just throw a naked woman in there, and you have the fucking explanation.
Woman that you were looking at, you knew who she was. You knew that she posed naked. You knew, because you know who this person is, all right, without going any further. So for you to sit here and try to act like, oh my gosh, I was just investigating someone's like acting history.
Justin
and IMDb
Timberlake showed
Wiki,
his fucking
blah, blah.
wiener on the goddamn internet. You'd look at it.
What does that have to do with anything that we're talking about right now?
Because you know what? You were right.
You know what?
You were right.
You know
Can I
what?
finish?
You know
Can I
what?
finish?
Is that you're
Can I
trying
finish?
You're trying to do
Can I
that classic,
finish?
Sort of.
Can I finish? You were right up until 3 minutes ago.
Throwing other subjects in there to try to throw me off base, but you're not going to do that, Playboy, because I'm smarter than you. All right?
All right.
Let's
not be quoting dialogue from a bad cop show. You're not going to do that, Playboy. Why don't you put your little gumball fucking siren on top of your non-existent car? Listen to me. You were right up until 3 minutes ago.
Which was
now, you know what you're doing? Now you're hamming it up.
Oh,
you're hamming it up.
Yeah. On the podcast?
You know what?
That's
Here we
so
go.
different
Here
from what usually happens on the podcast. Right.
You should have ended with "fuck you." Can you please do that again?
Fuck you.
All right, there you go, people. That is the podcast. That's the Nia log.
That's the Nia log.
All right, listen. I'm sorry that I looked at a talented actress naked. You know what do you want me to do?
Talented actress?
Huh? Will you shut up and stop outing the person? You already fucking left like 90 clues. What is wrong with you?
I didn't.
Be mad at me. Don't be mad at her.
I'm not mad at her.
Okay. Well, then quit fucking doing that. All right.
See, you're doing it again.
Keep it at me. No, I'm not.
This isn't
No,
about
I'm not.
her. This is about
my
you.
God.
This is about you.
And you know what? This is what happens.
You
You know what? This is what happens every night around 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, and then she fucking drives me out of the house, and I go out and do stand up.
Speaking
Okay.
of which, are you going out?
Yes, I am, and you can watch all your stupid. What was that fucking show you were watching?
Which one?
The show about the swimmer who doesn't get anything but swimming.
What would Ryan Lochte do?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. He's hamming it up. Is
he?
Yes.
I don't know that he is.
He's traveled the fucking world. He's won gold medals. No, Nia, no.
Yeah,
no.
You say like he's traveled the world and met with diplomats. He's traveled the world and jumped from pool to pool.
He has met with diplomats. When he win a fucking gold medal, all of a sudden you get the key to the city. This guy's cut ribbons.
Okay, and he shakes hands.
He's opened zoos. This guy's opened zoos. Okay, you're not that. He's not that dumb.
Oh boy. I don't know about that. But he's hot, and that's really all that matters.
Okay, and now do I get upset that I'm sitting on a couch and you're sitting there looking at fucking... Oh, that's what you said the other night. You had this look on your face, and I'm like, you not enjoying this show? And you're like, no, I'm looking at those abs.
Yeah. And if I was lying next to you looking at naked pictures or whatever of Ryan Lochte, then you would absolutely have something to say about it.
So wait a minute.
But that's not what happened.
No.
I was watching a show.
Well, okay. So the bedroom is not cool.
Yeah, the bedroom is our fucking bedroom. It's where we...
I know what you do in a bedroom.
It's our bedroom. It's a sacred space.
Do you believe this shit, guys?
It's a fucking
would you
sacred
believe
space.
that a swell guy like me would have to put up with this shit?
Can we not have the bedroom at least?
Okay, but if I did it in the living room, that would have been okay.
If I'm not in the bed with you, yeah, you're outside.
No. Mm-hmm. There's no bed in the living room. If I'm in the fucking living room, I can look at a picture of a naked woman on the computer.
I got no problem with that.
I just want, okay? And then if I hit on the thing and all of a sudden it goes, yeah, fucking right there. Oh, my God. You're not going to have a problem with that?
Not in the living room, no. But while lying in bed next to me, that's a problem.
I can live with that.
So we're
absolutely. So I apologize. I didn't know that was the rule. And once again, Nia, I was just looking at a fucking picture. All right, I'm a fucking guy. She's a naked woman. What am I supposed to do? It's free. It's free. One click away. How do I resist?
As if you had no choice.
I really don't. The way I'm wired, I don't. All right?
Oh, please. I don't accept that.
Oh,
the way
fuck
I'm
you.
Wired.
You want to, Nia, what if
The
there
way
was...
I'm
what?
wired. Please. No, I don't accept
Really?
that.
Nia, what if there was a store you could just walk into and it was a bunch of free shoes?
Are we in a store right now? Or
Wait
are we
a
in
minute.
the fucking bedroom?
It's a fucking metaphor.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about metaphors. We're talking about what actually happened.
I'm talking about how you're wired versus how I'm wired.
Okay. We're
You're wired to
differently.
get you like stuff. You guys, you're into shit. You like hats. You like fucking shoes.
Hats.
If a free hat or a free pair of shoes was a click away, you'd fucking do that right in front of me in the bed. You would.
A free
And then
hat?
I'd hear somebody, hoity toity toosy too, and
A
fucking.
free hat is not the same as what you were doing. It's just not. The end.
Yeah,
and
but
you
you're
started
not-
to
you're not-
apologize for it, and now you're trying to backtrack.
Because I was trying to fucking apologize, and you keep coming at me like a goddamn meerkat.
I don't try to keep coming at you. You keep trying to like excuse yourself for what you did, and you know that it's wrong.
Listen, you know what? I know you think that you're doing some amazing shit here where you're just not backing down. Okay?
Oh, God.
First of all, what are you going to do to me, Nene? Huh? What are you going to do? Huh? You going to body slam me? I'm bigger than you.
I already said
I'll
I have
push
no
you right
problem
off this
with you
fucking bed.
looking at porn or whatever it is that you do. I have no problem with that. But if you're lying in bed next to me, when
And
we're
then I said
you're doing
okay.
that,
And I
that's
said-
a fucking problem.
I
And I'm
fucking
gonna
said
call
okay.
on
I
you,
said
call
okay.
you on it.
And I said okay.
So then we have nothing left to discuss. End of podcast.
Why do women always take the ball and go home? How old are you? There, I'm on that point. It's over. End of game. I won. I'm going home. Huh? All right, whatever. All right, that was the podcast for this fucking... Look at me, that self-satisfied laugh. All right, that's the Nia log this week.
Therapeutic.
As you can see why I don't have her on that much anymore.
I know. I'm never on anymore.
It's because you're busy.
Yeah. Busy doing stuff.
What are you doing? Not doing shit.
Chastising you.
All right, see ya.
Haagen-Dazs is paying them for that.
I know. So
So they get money just to hold an ice cream cone,
Jesus.
which I'll take any fucking day of the week.
So
Seriously,
let me ask you
wouldn't
this.
take
So
money
let me-
to
No.
eat Haagen-Dazs? You
No.
love Haagen-Dazs. If they're like Bill Burr, $100,000, you and your wife come out of Haagen-Dazs holding an ice cream
No.
cone. No, you wouldn't do it though.
No.
I know.
Because then you become them. Then everything you say, I'm still of that. I'm still of that old school thing where, look, this is I've come to this point as far as what I think selling out is. Mm-hmm. Selling out is not something that the fans decide. So I shouldn't. I'm not even a fan of this, but as an observer of them, I shouldn't say whether they sold out or not. I really think it comes down to the performer. And basically selling out is when you don't want to do something, but you do it anyways because of the money, and then afterwards you feel fucking horrible. To me, if that's what you feel like at the end of it, then you sold yourself out. You did.
I don't think selling out I feel like selling out isn't even a real thing anymore. I just feel like that's
How
an
fucking
antiquated
crazy is
concept.
that?
Is that I feel like there's the idea of selling out.
Yeah,
I don't
there
know,
is.
It doesn't. I don't feel that it really truly exists anymore.
Oh, okay.
There's just
Okay,
different
all right,
platforms
all right.
for artists to make money. And, your time can come and go very quickly. So if you can get $100,000 for holding an ice cream cone and getting your picture taken, is that really going to, keep you up at night? Like, I can't believe I did that for the money,
No, I'm not saying it's going to. I'm not saying it's not going to. I'm going to say with some people it is, and some people it isn't.
Yeah, but you're very particular about where you choose to do any kind of advertising and stuff because you care about stuff like that. So I understand.
Yeah, look, I do like advertising on this podcast. I'm not against it. I'm not saying that. Jesus Christ! That's how this whole fucking business. I got to advertise for my shows and that type of thing. But it's like anything. It's like, hey, I like to drink. Then there's a point where you've drank too much, and you're making an ass of yourself. There are limits to everything. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, this is like I'm doing this grassroots thing. I'm not saying that. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is like just that whole selling out thing. I think it still exists, but it's up to the individual. So I would never say that somebody, if I see somebody do a commercial, they sold out. It would have to come from them. It'd have to come from them where if they did it and then afterwards they're like, oh, my God, I was in all these great movies.
Right.
And next thing you know, I'm standing there doing a cell phone fucking commercial. And when I saw it, I just felt like, what did I do? What did I do to my image? Because this whole fucking game, you know, is constantly trying to stay ahead so they don't fucking pigeonhole you. And then also not stepping on a fucking landmine, which is doing a bad movie or putting out a bad special. There's all these different landmines that you're trying not to step on. But I think that there's definitely ways that you can sell out. But like the younger me I bought into that whole Bill Hicks thing of like, you know, if you do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll call, and I was hardcore believing that, and then just getting older, and it's just like, no, look, it all comes down, like, it's your career. You do what you want. Look, there's people out there.
Adam Levine does commercials for Proactive, but so do a lot. It's like Diddy did one, Katy Perry does one. A lot of them do that whole, I had acne, and it made me feel really bad about myself. And now I am Proactive, and now I'm happy again.
Yeah, and this is the thing. They can all afford Proactive. So you're basically just going there to get paid.
Right.
And you're going to stand there and hold it more closer up to your face. Now, to me, that would make me want to go jump off a fucking building. Okay, I felt weird when I first started doing advertising on this thing. But what I try to do is like, well, at least like I'll try to make these things fucking funny. But I'm not against taking like, advertising money. Mm-hmm. I guess if you really believe in it, like the shit that I've read on this stuff, the stuff that I believe in, right? I fucking read it, and then if it sounds fucking stupid to me,
we know where you're going with this one.
I just say it sounds stupid. Where am I going? I'm just saying. It wasn't, look, it was beyond Sherry's Berries and Nature's Box. There's some shit that fucking didn't even make the podcast. There was one thing that I read when I wasn't even thinking one week. It was some fucking banker thing. And my buddy, Andrew, who puts all the lists together and everything that I read, he was in banking. He said, Bill, these guys, they're tricking people. They're doing this, and they're going to fuck over your listeners. So I immediately took it off, and they were supposed to do a 3-week thing, and I had read one of them, and I just told my ad lady, said, listen, just take them off. That first one's a free one. They don't have to pay me, but I don't want to read. Because I don't have time to fucking look at all of those things. Mm. So sometimes I will read something that I don't believe in, and then if I'm smart enough and I catch it as I'm reading it, I make fun of it. That's what I do. I make fun of it and say it's shit, and then they get mad,
right? And
they yell at me or yell at my ad lady, and then we just go, all right, well, you're not going to be on the podcast then. It's cool.
Right.
Which is funny. So you can't get fired off your own podcast. So, look, I'm not saying that, like, I don't want people thinking that I'm sitting there saying that I'm this righteous fucking person. I'm not saying that, but there's definitely, there's always selling out. Unless you just completely don't give a fuck. You never gave a fuck, and you're just like, look, if you're going to pay me, I'm going to fucking do it. Then
it's less about selling out and more about, like, survival. And more about, like, let me just sort of hit everything.
No, if you need the fucking money. If you're sitting there in a house and they're going to throw you out, and then Kit Kat comes up and says, hey, we want you to wear a thong and go down a water slide backwards. I mean, you got to sit there and be like, fuck, man, I got to do it. I mean, I can't be out in the fucking street.
Maybe it's not their first choice to, be paid by Haagen-Dazs to come out of. But they're also having a wedding or whatever in Versailles, and that shit's got to be paid for.
But listen.
So Haagen-Dazs paid for that.
Look, I'm not saying that if you do that, you sold out. But I'm not saying that if you do it, you didn't. It all depends on the person after they did it. After they fucking did it, how did they feel? If they thought, fuck, that was great, that was easy money, blah, 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 and they continue on, then I don't think they sold themselves out. I really, at this point in my life, I feel like selling out is a personal thing. And as much as fans will accuse of a person of it or whatever, that it's just speculation. Because it really comes down to the person. Like a lot of musicians now, I mean, because the whole star-making thing went away, there is no MTV, there is no videos, there aren't these labels in these CD stores now. It really is on your own. Back in the day when I was growing up, if your music was in a car and it was in any commercial, you were a fucking sellout. And like that really.
Let me tell you about a story so true. We're showing me style and it's all so cool. It's about a garment torn and frayed, getting its threads, the story conveyed. Walking down the streets with holes in my teeth. Each ripped things here, part of me you see. It ain't about the brand or the label it holds. It's about the journey, the stories it unfolds. In these ragged clothes I find my voice, a testament to resilience. My choice from the streets to the stage, I rock my style. In my tattered shirt, I walk that mile. Ripped and torn, but still I stand in my ragged attire. I command, it's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. From the barrio to the bar, I make my mark. In my worn out jeans, I leave a spark. They may call it rags, but I call it art. In every stitch and tear, I play my part. It's the struggle of the streets, the hustle so real. In my tattered jacket, I seal the deal. A symbol of defiance against the status quo. My passion of pants, I let it show. It's not about the riches or the wealth I lack. In my faded hoodie, I stay on track. It's the heart of the hustle, the grind each day. In my worn out kicks, I find my way. Ripped and torn, but still I stand. In my ragged attire, I command. It's not just fabric, it's a statement I preach. In my threadbare garment, I find my reach. So here's to the ones with the clothes that tear. In our patched up attire we have, so let the world see our garments worn. For in our rags, our stories are born. In the language of the streets we speak. In our torn up clothes we find our peak.
Like people would just say, he's a fucking sellout, he took the corporate buck and all that. It was a really thing. Because there was all these other ways, I think then, where you could still be this big person, but now
and be like this pure artist, uncorrupted by the system that you're trying to get into, and that's kind of the whole fucking point of it.
Now that I disagree with it. I disagree with that, because what you're saying is either you're a fucking whore sucking dick, or you're this lonely bastard. Rather than you can be in a healthy fucking relationship. There's plenty of people that are in this business and they just do their movies or they just do their TV show. There's a zillion people that, and you don't see them going like, I'll tell you, when I come home from work and I want to relax, I fucking blah, 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 blah. There's plenty of people that don't do that. Now, I'm not saying that they're any better than the people who decide like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take the money to go do a product. I actually like that product or whatever. I'm really saying that it's an individual... It's an individual thing.
All right. How
you want to be perceived, how you want to go about this business. And I think the more that people do it, the less the less it's going to have like that stigma. Like, I mean, you see a lot of these movie stars that are doing it, the commercials now, it's because people stole movies. So right now, basically, the only movies that they make, it's this shrinking puddle. The only movies that they make now are either those $100 zillion Transformer Godzilla things where even though they're going to be on a pirate bay, people still will hopefully want to get the experience, or it's going to be a low-budget thing. The thing that got killed was the $30, $50, $60, $80 million movie. Those things are gone. Not totally. But if you get like a Martin Scorsese behind it, you can get the thing made. But like I don't have the exact numbers. I was talking to my agent about this. Because I'm seeing a lot of movie stars all of a sudden going back to doing stand-up. I'm seeing a lot of them doing like commercials and all that type of thing. It isn't necessarily because they want to. It's because the business has changed and is going in the direction of the of the music business. So then
to that end, I don't think they can be accused of selling out either. Because of everything that you said. So.
I don't think you can accuse anybody of selling out, but the only person who knows, I feel, is the person who did it. If afterwards, when you walked out of there, if you felt like you needed a shower, if you just, you're sitting there and drag fucking whatever the fuck you're doing, whatever job it is that you're doing, and believe me, I've had those. I
just don't feel like it affects people's brands or images in that way anymore. Like, I just don't.
No, I don't either. I don't either.
Like, people thought like Kanye even getting involved with Kim Kardashian, let alone marrying her and singing the praises of her and her family, was going to like destroy his fan base. And no way. It's not happening. If anything, it's going to make it even bigger.
Here's one for you. This is how much this business has changed with the perception. Back in the day, if you were a movie star, you were a movie star, and you did not do TV. That was considered a major fuck up. I mean, you could start in the business doing your commercials, and then once you got to the TV level or something, it was really hard when you were a TV star. Like, they wouldn't even, people see you on TV. You are this. You are that. You know, you're a commercial actor, you're a movie star, you're a TV star. And then over the years, it started to, like, you know, I mean, it was an amazing thing back in the day when a guy like Bruce Willis went from moonlighting, and then he did Die Hard, and all of a sudden he was this fucking movie star. I mean, that was still an amazing thing to do. And now it's like people jump back and forth, which I think is a cool thing. But way back in the day,
it's smart. Halle Berry's on a TV series.
Who is
now.
that? Who is that? That actor, that actress. We went to that party, and turned out she had lived around the corner. African American actress from like the 30s or 40s, dated that fucking
Dorothy Dandridge.
Yeah. Now she dated this guy or married this white dude who had a fucking supper club.
Yeah.
And he marries her and is convincing her that she should go down there as a movie star and sing at his supper club in Hollywood. That is not going to be filmed. Nobody's going to see it.
Right.
And all of her friends begged her, don't do that.
Right.
That's going to kill your fucking movie career if you as a movie star are seen singing in this supper club. And out of love for this guy who turned out to be not a good guy, she did it, and it actually hurt her movie career. So back then, you know, like how hardcore those lines were back then, I don't think that exists anymore. But I have to tell you, though, there are certain people that I don't want to see doing a fucking Snickers commercial or
Right, yes, I know.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you saw Joe Pesci in the Snickers commercial? I didn't mind. It didn't hurt my opinion of Joe Pesci. It was funny. He was in it for like 2 seconds.
But those things are well written, and the way it is what they're actually saying is you're not yourself.
Right.
So there's almost this way that it's a really slick way to get the celebrity in and out, where they can just sort of not have to take a full shower, just sort of dab their forehead, take their bag of money and leave. Look, I'm not saying I would never do one of those, but as of right now, like, I just feel like I don't know. I like telling my jokes, and I like doing the acting gigs that they give me, and I think that at the end of it all, you want to have quality. Yeah. You want to have quality, and I always feel like when something that comes down the pike that is just a money fucking gig, there's always that, okay, I could take this, or I could just do a couple extra weekends of stand up, and I could make up, you know, some of that money, and then I don't have that. But I mean, we all got our fucking shit when we were coming up. Everybody's got some student films and shit that I mean, like, that stuff I don't count, but I really feel that you know, at the end of it, I thought I just feel it's a personal thing. They're like, look, there's people who they get sick of doing the road, and it's like, I don't want to fucking go out there anymore. I don't want to fucking deal with the check spots. I don't want to deal with the drunks after the show. I don't want to get on another fucking airplane. Okay? I've had it. The old me wanted to do that. I did that, and I proved that I could do that. If you want me to go do a fucking commercial and take this fucking money, and I'm a day and a half, and it pays my mortgage for the year, I'll do it. And I don't think there's a fucking thing wrong with that.
There you go.
Okay? I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
There you go. And
unless afterwards you feel like a filthy...